In today's class, we will study the meaning of the data, definition of the data, concept of the data in medical statistics, source of the data, types of the data, and types of the scale. This much we will study in today's class. This topic comes under the BAMS third phase syllabus. In that, the research methodology and statistic syllabus. In that 12th chapter or 12th point, data. So first of all, what is the meaning of the data? We will study the data. This term, this is the plural of the Latin word datum, which means something given or a piece of information. It means a something information or piece of information is called as a data. Now the definition of the data, the definition is data is a collection of facts, figure, observation or measurement gathered for analysis, interpretation to draw meaningful conclusion. This is called as a data. The simple meaning is that the collection of the fact, figure, observation or measurement, this is the collection. Why? Because for the analysis and interpretation for the result, drawing meaningful conclusion, that is called as a data. Now the first point is the concept of the data in medical statistics. What is the concept here? The first thing is the data is a foundation of any medical statistics. While we are doing the research or medical statistics, this is the foundation for all the research work. It is a collected from where we are collecting. It is collected from the patients, hospitals, laboratories, survey and clinical trials. It is collecting. And what is the use of this data? The use is describe the health condition of the patients and compare the treatment. If you are giving the two treatment different, which one is good, that is the comparing for the treatment, and calculate the disease frequency, how frequently the disease is coming. For the frequency, calculate the next, draw scientific conclusion. For the conclusion also we are using this one, the data, the support of evidence-based medicine. The data we are studying because of the supporting the evidence-based medicine practice. Now the next thing is the importance of the data. What are the importance of the data here? For the disease surveillance, to know the disease, the surveying the disease, this data we are using. And for the research study for the trials, everything, the data is required. Clinical decision making for the policies and clinical decision making for practicing, it is necessary. Public health planning for policy making for the government as well as the private organizations, this data is taking. Next one is the evaluation of the treatment outcome. Whenever you are giving some new drugs, there what is the outcome, that is you are using by taking the data help. This is the importance of the data. Now the next topic is the sources of the data. Sources of the data, it means from where we have to collect the data. This is the sources of the data. Then mainly it is categorized or classified into two types, primary data and secondary data. Primary simple meaning is that the researcher or the investigator self the collecting the information. This is called primary data. Secondary data is means someone is collected but we are using for our research. That is called as a secondary data. Now we will study in detail. That is the primary data is a data collected directly from by the investigator. It means that investigator, researcher, he is only collecting or assistant is collecting. That is the called as a primary data. For the first time the data is collecting according to our requirement. This is the primary data. Example, the clinical examination questionnaire that we are asking the patients about the complaints, that is a clinical examination questionnaire form, interview form, or laboratory investigations, or in the clinical trials, the primary data we are collecting. Next, what are the advantages of primary data? The first main advantage is the more accurate, because we are own collecting, that's why it is a more accurate and reliable. That is a trustable, because we are only collecting, that's why it is trustable and specific to the study. It means that according to our research only we are collecting the similar question, that's why specific to the study. The next one is the secondary data. Now the study is secondary. Secondary is someone is collected but we are using in our research. That is the data already collected by another persons or organization. That is called as a secondary data. Here example is the commonly the census reports government publications, WHO reports, hospital records, medical journals and research articles. These are the examples. From there we are collecting the data, that is called as a secondary data. Now what are the advantages, what are the benefit of taking this one is the easy to obtain. There is no need to visit the patients or going to the any rural area. Just simply we are obtaining the data from going to the government hospital or anywhere taking the data. This is the easy to obtain. Time saving, because in one place only we are collecting easily the within a hours or within a few days. That is the time is consuming. Next one is the cost effective. It doesn't require any money for the travel and other purpose. That's why it is a cost effective. This is about the source of the data. The next topic is the types of the data. Okay, what are the types of the data? The mainly, if you are classified, then data is broadly classified into two types. One is called as a quantitative data, another one is called as a qualitative data. Two types, quantitative and qualitative. Again, the quantitative data is divided into two types, discrete data and continuous data. This is the about the types of the data. Now we will study the one by one. The first of all, the quantitative data. What is mean by quantitative? The simple name it is given. Quantity is meant something we are using numericals, numbers we are using. The numbers form the information we are collecting. That is called as a quantitative data. It means numerical data that can be measured or counted. That is called as a quantitative data. It is again divided into two types. That is, one is the discrete, another one is the continuous. Discrete, the first of all, this is the quantitative data. Discrete data is nothing but in the whole number only we are collecting, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, like that. Whole number only we are collecting, not in the decimal form. That is the countable values only we are collecting. This is called as a discrete number. The example is number of patients. Today in the gynec department 20 patient came, 30 patient came. Okay, in the surgery department 50 patient, like that. The numbers only we are giving 40, 41, 42. That is the number form. That is the number of children's in today's OPD, like that. The numbers we are using, number of hospital beds, like that numbers we are using. The main here we are not telling that suppose in OPD the 40 patients came, we are not telling the 40.5 patients came. That is the, it is in the discrete data, this type of we are not taking. That means the whole number we are taking, like 50, 51, 52, 50.5 we are not taking in the discrete data. The next one is the continuous data. Continuous data, it means measurable value can be take the decimal value. Here for collecting the height, weight, blood pressure, blood sugar, temperature, we are taking the decimal also. Suppose your height is 170.5, 171.5, like that. We are taking the decimal also. This is called as a continuous data. The example, height, weight, blood pressure, blood sugar, temperature, we are taking. This is the about the quantitative data. It is discrete as well as the continuous data. The next is the qualitative data. The qualitative means only we are collecting the characteristic and categorizing. We are not taking here numbers. The difference is quantitative numbers, qualitative the characteristics as well as the categorize we are describing. So first of all, the qualitative data is nothing but a categorical data. Data describe characteristic or category rather than number. This is called as a qualitative data. The common is where examples are gender. Just we are collecting the categorizing male, female, like that groups, and blood group A, B, ABO, like that. We are collecting religion, Hindu, Muslim, Christians, like that. Smoking status, smokers, non-smokers, disease stage, first, second, like that. The stage wise we are collecting. This is called as a qualitative data. It means we are not at all taking the any numbers, male and female, like that. We are only categorizing. This is type of data is called as a qualitative data or categorical data. This is about the types of the data. Now the today's last topic is the types of scales of measurement. While we are collecting the data, the measurement types we are using. The very common thing is that is NOIR. The short form we are using, NOIR form we are using. N for the naming scales. The scales we are using, 4 scales we are using. The naming scale is the inferior one, and ratio scale is considered as a superior scale for the collection of the data. The first of all, the naming scale is nothing but the name only given. The naming means in the name form only we are dividing or categorizing the data in this scale. The data classified categorized with any order. Simple meaning is the data, that is gender, male, female, or blood group, religions, like that. Simple, we are not at all arranging in any order or rank wise, we are not arranging, or any other forms we are not arranging, just randomly we are arranging by using this scale is the nominal, by giving the name, male one side, female one side, like that only we are giving the names and arranging the data. This is called as a naming scale of the data. Here the gender, male, female, blood group, AB, ABO, Hindu, Muslim, like that, marital, married, unmarried. The characteristic is the category only, categorizing only, but there is no rules regulation, no ranking. It means superior, inferior, no ranking, no arithmetic operations where we are not using any arithmetic operation. The second one is the ordinal data. Ordinal, the name itself it is given. Ordinal means order form. That is the ranking wise, 1, 2, like that. In the order form it is there. It is data is arranging in a order or rank form. Then you can understand that suppose the pain it is there, mild pain, moderate pain, severe pain. We are grouping based on the ranking or order. This is called as a ordinal scale. The disease severity, how much severe it is there, based on that we are dividing. The characteristic is that in this ordinal scales we are arranging data in a ranking possible. Here the ranking wise we are arranging, as well as the difference between rank is not equal. One thing it is we have to remember that the ordinal scale here we are arranging but not in a equal order, that is not in a equal wrong, same distance we are not using. This is called as a, it means mild, moderate, severe, the pain it is there, we are not arranging the proper number, like same distance we are not using, not equal. The third one is the interval scale. It means the data we are measuring in the interval distance, same distance from the one to another, like that we are using from the 2, 4, 6, 8, like that. The equal distance we are, equal interval we are collecting, that is called interval scales. The data with the equal intervals but not true zero. Here the interval scale using in the data is it is an equal interval we are collecting data but not the true zero. I will explain here. The first of all, each interval we are collecting, but temperature, example is not true zero means temperature is 0. It means that the temperature is 0 is nothing but something temperature it is there. That is temperature 0 is nothing but there is no value. 0 is nothing but the something temperature it is there. In minus also it will go and in plus also it will go. It means 0 is having something the value. It means temperature 0 is also something value it is there, but it is not 0 temperature or IQ score, like that. The interval scale it is there. Here equal interval scale, what are the characteristics are there in the interval scale is equal interval, 0 arbitrary, just now I told 0 arbitrary, and addition and subtraction is possible. It means that 4 patients came, now 2 patients went, like that, only 2 remained, like that. We are adding and subtraction is possible in the interval scales. Next one, last one is the ratio scale. This is considered as a highest or standard measurement scale. This is called ratio. It means that ratio form we are arranging the data with equal interval and true or absolute 0 is present. It means the data we are arranging in proper equal order. The equal distance we are arranging, but the true 0 is there. This is called as a ratio scale. Okay, here example is height, weight, age, pulse rate, blood sugar. So what is here? Equal means the equal. Suppose the every year you are collecting means each and every years you are collecting, 1 year, 2 year, like that you are collecting. Here the true 0 means the 0 means before your birth, your this is 0. It means the weighing machine it is there, before you stand on the weighing machine, that is the weighing machine shows 0. It means that the 0 means the true 0 it is there. It means there is a no value is nothing but the true 0. and whenever you are standing, it means that you are collecting the data. This is the about the ratio scales. Ratio scales means before that 2 it is there, after that 2 patient came, after sometimes 4 it means double patients, like that the ratio scales we are collecting the data. The characteristic is here the equal intervals, the data we are collecting in the equal intervals, and true zero present here, all the arithmetic operation possible in the ratio scale. This is about the scales of the of the types of the scales of the measurement. Hope you understood the today's class. If you understood, please like and motivate us, and also share and subscribe. Thank you.